Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulullah. In today's video, I'm going to talk about proof that from the Bible that Jesus is not God and or the Son of God according to the Bible. And what I'm going to do is just outline some verses that I came up with. And before I do that, I'm just going to proclaim a disclaimer that by no means I'm attempting to put down the beliefs of the Christians. This video is made solely for educational purposes only. And if you wish, you could do your own research after you've watched the video. So like I said, I was doing some research on the Bible, and I came up with some proof that Jesus is not God and or the Son of God according to the Bible. Now in John 5 verse 37 it states, "And the Father who sent me has himself testified concerning me. You have never heard his voice nor seen his form." John 5 verse 37. Now, if Jesus is God, why is he telling his disciples, "You have never heard his voice nor seen his form"? And his disciples were able to see him and hear his voice while he was speaking to them. This verse alone proves that Jesus is not God. Another proof that Jesus is not God and that he never made that claim according to the Bible is when Jesus says in the book of Matthew chapter 24 verse 36, "But on that day and hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels of heaven, but my Father only." If Jesus is God, why is he saying that no man knows the hour but my Father only? He is saying that he does not know the hour, but only God knows. If Jesus was God, he would have knowledge of the hour, but he is saying that he does not know the hour. This verse also proves that Jesus is not God. Another proof that Jesus is not God according to the Bible is when Jesus says in the book of Matthew chapter 19 verse 17, "And he said unto him, Why callest thou me good? There is none good but one, that is God." Book of Matthew chapter 19 verse 17. Okay, so if Jesus is God, why is he refuting the person by saying, "Why call thou me good? There is none good but one, that is God." Right? If Jesus does not like to be called good, how can he like be called a God? And being called a God is higher than being called good. This verse also proves that Jesus is not God. Another proof that Jesus is not God according to the Bible is when Jesus says in the book of John chapter 20 verse 17, "I am ascending to my Father and your Father, and to my God and your God." So according to that verse, Jesus is saying, "I am ascending to my Father and your Father, and to my God and to your God." If there's only one God, and Jesus is God, how can God ascend to God? It doesn't make sense. Now, in the book of John chapter 3 verse 16, it says, "For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him should not perish, but have everlasting life." Okay, so according to the book of John chapter 3 verse 16, the word begotten means to impregnate by way of sexual intercourse, or brought into existence by or as if by a parent. So the question is, how can God have sex? Are you saying that God got married and had sex with the mother of Jesus? To beget a son is a human act and an animal act. How can God have sex by begetting a son? This is what you call blasphemy. And blasphemy is to speak about God inappropriately. And to end this video, I'm going to quote a verse of the Quran, which will be Jesus' reply on the day of resurrection. One second. According to the Surah Ma'idah, chapter 116 of the Quran, it states that, and remember when Allah will say on the day of resurrection, O Jesus, Isa, son of Maryam, did you say unto man, worship me and my mother as two gods beside Allah? He will say, glory be to you, it was not for me to say which I had no right to say. Had I said such a thing, you would surely have known it. You know what is in my inner self, though I do not know what is in yours. You, truly you, only you are the honor of all that is hidden and unseen. Never did I say to them aught except what you, Allah, did command me to say. Worship Allah, my Lord and your Lord. And I was a witness over them while I dwelt amongst them. But when you took me up, you were the watcher over them. And you are a witness to all things. So this is a great admonition and a warning to the Christian of the whole world, right? So this is basically going to be Jesus' reply on the day of resurrection. He's going to reject divinity, right? So I'm going to cut this short. Again, if you have any questions, put a comment on my YouTube channel, and let me know what you think about what I just stated. But this was just clear evidence from the Bible that Jesus is not God and or the Son of God. Thank you. Bye-bye.